Welcome back to our channel. Have you ever felt so angry that you couldn't control yourself? Some days, even a casual comment or an unintended glance from someone can set you off. In today's fast-paced, high-pressure world, it's easy to get caught in a whirlwind of negative emotions. But what if there was a way for no one and nothing to ever make you angry again? Believe it or not, it's possible. And the answer lies in an ancient philosophy: Stoicism. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy, it's an art of living. It helped great thinkers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca maintain their composure in even the toughest situations. This philosophy teaches us how to master our emotions and live with a sense of mental freedom, no matter what life throws our way. Today, I'll share with you 7 practical methods to ensure that no one can disturb your peace or make you angry again. Imagine how your life would transform if you could stay calm in the face of challenges, whether it's a minor traffic dispute or harsh criticism at work. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's something you can achieve. Before we dive in, I have a small challenge for you. If you're serious about mastering your emotions and living a more peaceful life, leave a comment below saying, "I accept the challenge." And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to receive more valuable lessons from Stoic philosophy. In the next part, we'll uncover the roots of anger and why this emotion has such a destructive power over us. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the insights that could change your life forever. Understanding the root of anger. Have you ever wondered why some people can remain astonishingly calm while you feel like the smallest thing can make you lose control? Maybe it's a difficult coworker, a critical family member, or even an inconsiderate driver. You feel angry, frustrated, and unable to shake it off for the rest of the day. But do you know what truly causes your anger? Here's a surprising truth. It's not the external event, but how you interpret it. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Today, we're going to dive into the root causes of anger, explore why it holds such destructive power over us, and, most importantly, uncover how you can rise above it to live a calmer and more peaceful life. What is anger, and why is it so powerful? Anger is a natural human response. For thousands of years, anger was a survival mechanism. When our ancestors faced danger, anger fueled the body's fight-or-flight response. Today, however, the threats aren't wild predators, but psychological and social conflicts. The consequences of anger in modern society: physical impact, increased blood pressure, rapid heartbeat, and muscle tension. These not only harm your body, but drain your energy. Mental impact: impaired judgment, leading to actions or words you later regret. Relational impact: anger breaks trust, creates distance, and causes lasting hurt. The root of anger lies in perception. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, pointed out, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." For example, when someone cuts you off in traffic, you get angry because you interpret it as disrespect. But what if that person is rushing to a hospital? How anger takes control of your mind. Anger is a thief of focus. When you're angry, it consumes your mind. You get stuck replaying the event, unable to concentrate on what truly matters. Anger makes you the victim. It makes you feel hurt, wronged, and powerless, trapping you in a mindset of suffering instead of control. Anger clouds the way forward. When you allow anger to dominate, all potential solutions seem out of reach. You lose sight of the bigger picture and focus solely on what's upsetting you. Relatable examples in modern life. A tense meeting at work. Imagine being in a meeting where a colleague constantly interrupts and belittles your ideas. Anger flares up, and you want to retaliate immediately. But have you ever stopped to think, why do their words hold so much power over you? Your value isn't defined by someone else's words, but by how you handle the situation. Arguments with loved ones. A family member says something that feels dismissive. You react in anger, escalating the conflict and straining the relationship. But what if you paused and considered that their comment might not have been intended to hurt you? Anger often stems from misunderstanding someone else's intentions. Frustration in traffic. When stuck in traffic, you fume over delays. Instead, what if you used the time to listen to a podcast or relax with your favorite music? Controlling your reaction is the key to maintaining peace. How to free yourself from anger. Focus on what you can control. Marcus Aurelius taught, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." You can't control someone else's actions, but you can control your response to them. Accept reality. Epictetus advised, "Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do, and you will go on well." Acceptance reduces resistance and frees you from unnecessary emotional burdens. Practice silence. Silence is not weakness, it's strength. When faced with insults, instead of reacting, stay silent. This not only keeps you composed, but also forces the other person to reflect on their behavior. Embrace mindfulness. Take a deep breath whenever you feel anger rising and ask yourself, what good will this feeling bring me? Mindfulness allows you to detach from the heat of the moment and respond thoughtfully. Thought-provoking stories and lessons. The broken vase. A father scolded his son for accidentally breaking a family heirloom. Overwhelmed by anger, the father punished the boy harshly. Days later, he realized his anger had caused more damage to their relationship than the vase itself. Objects can be replaced. Relationships cannot. Respond with patience, not impulse. The Stoic in the storm. During a heated argument, a Stoic philosopher sat calmly as insults were hurled at him. When asked why he didn't defend himself, he replied, "Their words reflect them, not me. People's actions reveal their character, not your worth." Take a moment to reflect on your own life. How many times have you allowed anger to dictate your actions? How many opportunities for peace have you missed because you couldn't let go of a grudge? If these lessons resonate with you, commit to applying one method today. Start by focusing on what you can control or practicing silence in moments of conflict. Let us know in the comments how you've managed your anger or how Stoic philosophy has helped you. Share your experiences so we can all learn from one another. And don't forget to hit subscribe for more insights and tools to help you live a more meaningful, peaceful life. In the next part, we'll explore 7 practical methods that ensure no one can ever make you angry or disturb your peace again. Let's go deeper into the journey of freeing your mind and mastering your emotions. Methods to master emotions and stay calm. 1. Acceptance, embracing reality instead of fighting it. Epictetus, the renowned Stoic philosopher, once said, "Do not seek to have events happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do, and you will have peace." These words hold profound wisdom about the nature of anger. Much of our frustration stems from resistance, wanting reality to align with our expectations. But life rarely works that way. Consider a common scenario. You've worked tirelessly on a project at work, pouring in long hours and effort. When presenting it instead of praise, your manager criticizes it harshly. The immediate reaction? Anger, frustration, and perhaps even a sense of injustice. You think, how could they not see how hard I worked? But let's pause. What if, instead of resisting the criticism, you chose to accept it? What if you saw the feedback not as an attack, but as an opportunity to improve? Imagine Sarah, a marketing professional who spent weeks preparing a campaign proposal. Her manager, instead of approving it, points out flaws and asks for revisions. Sarah feels the familiar heat of anger rising. She wants to defend her ideas and lash out. However, recalling the Stoic principle of acceptance, Sarah stops herself. She takes a breath and reminds herself, this feedback is not about me as a person, it's about the work. With this mindset, she approaches the feedback constructively. Instead of turning the situation into a conflict, Sarah finds that her willingness to accept the criticism not only earns her manager's respect, but also improves her work. Resistance fuels anger. Acceptance dissipates it. When we resist reality, whether it's a critique at work, a traffic jam, or an unexpected setback, we create unnecessary tension. By accepting things as they are, we free ourselves from this self-inflicted burden. Practical steps to practice. Acceptance. Pause and breathe. When confronted with a frustrating situation, take a moment to breathe deeply. This disrupts the automatic response of resistance. Reframe the situation. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Instead of labeling the event as bad, see it as an opportunity for growth. Focus on the present. Let go of what should have been and focus on what is. By staying grounded in the present moment, you reduce the emotional charge of the situation. Acceptance doesn't mean passivity or agreeing with everything that happens. Instead, it's about recognizing the limits of your control and choosing to respond with clarity rather than resistance. Second perspective. Shift. Seeing the bigger picture. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, encouraged us to zoom out from our immediate emotions and ask, will this matter in a year? This simple question has the power to transform how we perceive challenges. When we're in the heat of the moment, everything feels monumental. A colleague's slight, a partner's criticism, or a minor inconvenience can seem like the end of the world. But the truth is, most of these things are trivial when viewed from the perspective of time or life's larger narrative. Let's take the story of John, a graphic designer. One day, he discovers that a co-worker has taken credit for an idea he shared in a team meeting. John feels furious. His hard work and creativity have been stolen. He spends the day replaying the incident, imagining all the ways he could confront his colleague. But before acting, John recalls the Stoic practice of perspective shifting. He sits down and asks himself, will this still bother me in a year? The answer is clear, it won't. John realizes that while the situation feels significant now, it won't define his career or worth. Instead of retaliating, John approaches his manager privately, calmly explaining his role in the idea's development. The result? His manager acknowledges John's contribution and encourages him to take the lead on the next project. By shifting his perspective, John avoids unnecessary conflict and strengthens his professional standing. Perspective is a powerful tool. When we're caught up in anger, our view narrows, and we focus solely on the immediate emotional sting. Shifting our perspective allows us to see the broader context, diminishing the intensity of our feelings. The zoom out technique. Ask the time question. When anger flares up, pause and ask, will this matter in a week, a month, or a year? Most often, the answer is no. Consider the bigger picture. Reflect on your long-term goals and values. Is this moment worth compromising your peace or relationships? Imagine an outsider's view. Picture how a neutral observer might see the situation. This can help you detach emotionally and assess things objectively. Real-life application in daily life. A workplace conflict. A co-worker interrupts you repeatedly during a presentation, undermining your confidence. Your initial reaction is to snap back or shut down. But, instead, you shift your perspective. You think, does this person's behavior define my abilities, or is it a reflection of their own insecurities? This realization helps you stay composed and focus on delivering your points effectively. A family disagreement. Your partner criticizes your decision-making in front of family members, and you feel embarrassed and hurt. Instead of reacting defensively, you zoom out. You consider, is this comment truly a reflection of our relationship, or just a passing moment of stress? By addressing the issue calmly later in private, you preserve the harmony of the gathering and strengthen your bond. Everyday inconveniences. You spill coffee on your new shirt while rushing to work. The initial frustration is undeniable, but you ask yourself, will this matter tomorrow? Recognizing the insignificance of the event, you laugh it off, grab a spare shirt, and move on with your day. Perspective shifting isn't about ignoring problems, but about seeing them in proportion to your life as a whole. When you practice stepping back and looking at the bigger picture, you'll find that most things that upset you are fleeting and unworthy of prolonged emotional investment. Acceptance and perspective shifting are two sides of the same coin. Acceptance teaches you to stop resisting reality, while perspective shifting helps you see reality in a broader, more meaningful way. Together, these tools empower you to approach life's challenges with grace and composure. reducing anger and enhancing inner peace. In the next part of this guide, we'll explore the power of focusing on what you can control and practicing the art of silence, two more Stoic methods that will transform how you handle emotions and interactions with others. Stay tuned. 3. Focus on what you can control. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the ability to distinguish between what is within our control and what is not. Epictetus said, "We have no power over external things. We can only control our own actions and responses." Think about the things that stress or anger you. Often, they are situations or people's actions that you have no influence over. Someone's rude comment, an unexpected delay, or even the weather. The more energy you invest in trying to control these uncontrollable factors, the more frustration you invite into your life. Instead, redirect that energy toward what you can control: your thoughts, your actions, and your reactions. This shift is not only liberating, but also empowering. Imagine Emily, a customer service representative, dealing with an angry customer. The customer shouts and blames her for an issue that isn't her fault. Emily feels the instinct to defend herself, perhaps even argue back. But then she remembers the Stoic principle: focus on what you can control. Emily realizes she can't control the customer's behavior or emotions. What she can control is how she responds. Instead of letting anger dictate her reaction, she calmly listens, acknowledges the customer's frustration, and provides a solution. By maintaining her composure, she not only resolves the issue, but also feels proud of how she handled the situation. Focusing on what you can control reduces stress and fosters a sense of peace. When you stop fighting battles that aren't yours to win, you reclaim your energy for meaningful pursuits. Practical exercise. The control list. Grab a piece of paper. Divide it into 2 columns. Title: Column 1, Things I can control, e.g., my attitude, my decisions, my effort. Title Column 2, Things I can't control, e.g., other people's opinions, the past, the future. Reflect daily. Whenever you feel frustrated, consult this list. Focus only on what belongs in Column 1. Real-life application in common scenarios. Workplace conflict. Your boss sets unrealistic deadlines. You can't control the deadline, but you can control how you manage your time and communicate your needs. Social media negativity. Someone posts a hurtful comment online. You can't control their words, but you can choose to ignore or block them. Traffic jams. You can't control the traffic, but you can control how you spend the time. Listen to a podcast, call a loved one, or practice deep breathing. By consistently focusing on what you can control, you cultivate resilience and reduce unnecessary stress. Practice the power of silence. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Silence is often the most powerful answer." While it may feel natural to defend yourself when provoked or to speak up when angered, Stoicism teaches us that silence can be an incredibly effective tool for maintaining control over our emotions and interactions. In a world where words are often weaponized, choosing silence allows you to rise above the noise. Silence doesn't mean surrender. It signifies strength, wisdom, and confidence. Picture Daniel, who's in a heated argument with a colleague over a team project. The colleague makes a sharp, personal remark intended to provoke him. Daniel feels the surge of anger and is tempted to respond with an equally cutting comment. But instead, he remembers the Stoic principle of silence. He takes a deep breath, pauses, and simply looks at his colleague with a calm, neutral expression. The room grows tense, and his colleague, expecting a fiery rebuttal, begins to feel uneasy. Daniel's silence communicates more than words ever could. "I am not playing this game with you." The confrontation fizzles out, and Daniel walks away with his dignity intact. Silence is not weakness. It is a demonstration of self-mastery. It allows you to maintain composure, disarm hostility, and create space for thoughtful reflection. Why silence is effective. Disrupts expectations. People expect a reaction when they provoke you. Silence unsettles them and shifts the power dynamic, prevents escalation. Responding in anger often fuels conflict. Silence halts the cycle, creates space for clarity. By not reacting immediately, you give yourself time to process the situation and respond, if necessary, with wisdom. Practical tips for using silence. Pause before speaking. When provoked, count to 5 in your head before responding, or don't respond at all. Maintain a calm demeanor. Pair your silence with neutral body language. Avoid rolling your eyes or appearing dismissive, as this can escalate the situation. Use silence strategically. Silence doesn't mean ignoring important issues. Use it to de-escalate, then address the matter later when emotions are under control. Real-life application of silence. Dealing with criticism. A friend criticizes your choices in a group setting. Instead of defending yourself immediately, stay silent, smile politely, and move the conversation forward. Later, you can choose to discuss it privately if needed. Handling disrespect. Someone insults you during a heated exchange. Rather than retaliating, you stay silent and walk away, leaving them to reflect on their actions. Parenting challenges. Your child throws a tantrum, yelling and blaming you. Silence, paired with a calm presence, can diffuse their anger more effectively than arguing. Practicing silence not only benefits your relationships, but also nurtures your inner peace. When you learn to withhold unnecessary words, you conserve your emotional energy and maintain control over your responses. Silence becomes a powerful shield that protects you from the chaos of external provocations. Focusing on what you can control and mastering the power of silence are two foundational pillars of emotional resilience. Together, they empower you to navigate conflicts with grace, maintain inner peace in the face of provocation, and reclaim control over your emotional well-being. In the next segment, we'll explore the importance of gratitude and the transformative practice of forgiveness. Two additional Stoic principles that will help you live a calmer and more fulfilling life. Stay tuned. 5. Practice gratitude. In our quest for success, we often overlook the treasures already in our possession. The Stoics emphasized gratitude as a fundamental practice for achieving inner peace. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. It's impossible to feel angry or resentful when you're truly grateful. Imagine Rachel, who faces a tough day at work. Her team is short-staffed, deadlines are looming, and nothing seems to go her way. As she feels frustration building, she pauses and takes out her journal, a practice she adopted to cultivate gratitude. She writes, "I'm thankful for having a job that allows me to provide for my family. I'm grateful for my team's support, even on hard days. I appreciate the opportunity to learn and grow through challenges." By the time she finishes, Rachel's perspective has shifted. The stress hasn't disappeared, but her mindset has transformed. She approaches the rest of her day with renewed focus and positivity. Gratitude isn't about ignoring challenges, it's about balancing them with an appreciation for the good in your life. When you're grateful, you build resilience and lessen the emotional impact of negative experiences. Practical exercises for gratitude. Gratitude journaling. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They can be as simple as a warm cup of coffee or a kind word from a friend. Morning reflection. Start your day by listing 5 things you appreciate about your life. Express. Thanks. Regularly thank the people around you, whether it's a coworker, family member, or friend. Real-life applications. Workplace stress. When overwhelmed, reflect on the opportunities your work provides and the skills you're building. Family conflicts. Instead of focusing on disagreements, consider the love and support your family offers. Daily inconveniences. When delayed by traffic, appreciate the time to listen to music or a favorite podcast. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to anger, frustration, and discontent. When practiced consistently, it transforms your outlook on life. 6. Cultivate forgiveness. Epictetus once said, "Forgive others for their misdeeds, as you would forgive yourself for your own." Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful behavior. It's about freeing yourself from the burden of anger and resentment. Holding on to grudges is like carrying a heavy backpack through life. It slows you down, drains your energy, and prevents you from moving forward. Forgiveness allows you to set that backpack down and walk lighter. Daniel had a falling out with a close friend, Mark, over a misunderstanding. For weeks, Daniel replayed the argument in his head, feeling hurt and betrayed. The anger consumed him, affecting his focus and mood. One day, Daniel decided to forgive, not because Mark apologized, but because he realized the anger was harming himself more than anyone else. He reached out to Mark with a simple message. "I want us to move past this. Let's talk." That conversation not only healed their friendship, but also lifted a weight off Daniel's heart. Forgiveness isn't for the other person, it's for you. It's a choice to prioritize your peace over holding on to pain. Practical steps for forgiveness. Acknowledge your feelings. Recognize the hurt and its impact on you. Shift your perspective. Consider the other person's motivations or circumstances. Often, their actions are a reflection of their struggles, not your worth. Let go of the grudge. Visualize releasing the resentment, like letting go of a balloon. Real-life applications. In relationships. Forgive a partner for an offhand comment or mistake, focusing on the love and connection you share. At work. Forgive a colleague for a misstep, understanding that everyone has bad days. With yourself, forgive yourself for past mistakes, recognizing that they are opportunities for growth. Forgiveness is a courageous act of self-liberation. By choosing to let go of resentment, you reclaim control over your emotional well-being. 7. Practice mindfulness and presence. The Stoics emphasize the importance of living in the present moment. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Confine yourself to the present." Much of our anger and anxiety stems from dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Mindfulness anchors you in the now, allowing you to respond to life with clarity and composure. Imagine Sarah, who often finds herself overwhelmed by a constant stream of thoughts, work deadlines, family obligations, and unresolved conflicts. She decides to incorporate mindfulness into her routine. Each morning, Sarah sets aside 5 minutes to focus on her breathing. She inhales deeply, counts to 4, holds for 4, and exhales for 4. When her mind wanders, she gently brings her attention back to her breath. Over time, Sarah notices a remarkable change. She becomes more patient, less reactive, and better equipped to handle challenges. Mindfulness helps you detach from the chaos of life and approach situations with a calm, clear mind. It's not about eliminating thoughts, but learning to observe them without judgment. Practical exercises for mindfulness. Deep breathing. Practice deep rhythmic breathing when you feel stressed or angry. Body scan. Meditation. Close your eyes and focus on each part of your body, releasing tension as you go. Mindful observation. Spend a few minutes observing your surroundings without judgment. Notice the sights, sounds, and sensations. Real-life applications. In stressful moments, pause and focus on your breath to regain control over your emotions. During conversations, be fully present, listening to understand rather than preparing your response. While facing challenges, break the situation into manageable steps, addressing each with focus and calm. Mindfulness isn't a one-time practice, it's a way of life. By staying present, you build a foundation of peace that remains unshaken by life's ups and downs. Gratitude, forgiveness, and mindfulness are transformative practices that cultivate resilience, clarity, and inner peace. Gratitude shifts your focus to the abundance in your life. Forgiveness frees you from the weight of anger. Mindfulness anchors you in the present, empowering you to respond thoughtfully to any situation. Together, these practices help you navigate life's challenges with grace and strength. In doing so, you not only enhance your own well-being, but also inspire those around you to live with greater peace and purpose. Let us know in the comments. Which of these methods resonates with you the most? How will you incorporate them into your daily life? Don't forget to subscribe for more Stoic insights to transform your life. We've all experienced moments of anger and loss of control, but through this journey, you've learned an essential truth. Anger doesn't come from others. It comes from how you respond. People and situations may frustrate you, but the power to choose your reaction always lies within you. The 7 methods we explored today, accepting reality, shifting perspective, focusing on what you can control, practicing silence, cultivating gratitude, forgiving others, and embracing mindfulness, are powerful tools to help you reclaim calmness and mental freedom. They not only guide you through conflicts with wisdom, but also build inner strength, enabling you to live a more profound and meaningful life. Remember, every day is an opportunity to master your emotions, live with peace, and become the best version of yourself. Change doesn't happen overnight, but each small step you take today will gradually create a life of harmony and serenity. Take action today. Choose one of the 7 methods and apply it to a real-life situation. Start with something small, like practicing silence when provoked or writing down 3 things you're grateful for before bed. Then, share your experience in the comments. Your stories and insights could inspire others on their journey. Finally, if you find the lessons of Stoicism helpful, hit the subscribe button to stay connected and never miss the next valuable lesson. The path to peace and mental freedom is right in front of you. Take the first step and master your emotions today.